Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Friday concert of Traditions Week 3 here at Common Ground on the Hill, the Folklife Center of Mid-Maryland, on the campus of McDaniel College in Westminster, Maryland. Although that's not where we are. We are in virtual world tonight. We're coming to you from Argentina, from Mexico, from Canada, and of course, the good old USA. As I said, this is the last concert of our 3-week run. We're very excited. It's an international night, and we hope you'll just relax and enjoy this music that's coming from so many places. All of the performers tonight and every night are people who have been instructing at Traditions Week. So, it's really a wonderful variety, and really looking forward to it. Our first performer this evening comes to us from Mexico City. Barjau is a multifaceted musician whose work has revolved around pushing the barriers of traditional music to bring them to new horizons. For this goal, he focuses on banjo, although he's also proficient with bass and guitar. He plays the banjo with the Grammy-nominated band Che Apalache, who you may have seen at Common Ground. Their first album, Latin Grass, brought them recognition in the U.S., where they toured for about 3 years before the pandemic put a sudden pause to their and everyone else's touring work. The band's second album, Rearrange My Heart, was produced by Bela Fleck and earned them a Grammy nomination. How exciting. Since then, Pau has been working on further deepening the fusion of Latin American rhythms with bluegrass by visiting cultural centers around his native country of Mexico in a mission to try to learn the plethora of traditional styles and genres that are still alive in Mexico and adapt them to the banjo. Pau is teaching with us Get in the Groove and the Music of Latin America and Latin Grass Banjo from Mexico City. Welcome, Pau.
Hi, hello, thanks, Walt. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to be, I'm in my home, but to be teaching in Common Ground. It's been a really fun week. And I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to share what I'm doing with all of you guys. What I'm gonna play for you today is two little instrumental pieces. One is a little composition of mine that I did in Veracruz. I called it Hico because that's where I started drafting it. And it's not Mexican music. I don't know what it is. If it's not Latin grass, it's not anything, because this is a mixture of banjo with Latin music. And here it goes. It's called the Hico. So I hope you enjoyed it. That's a little song of mine that I composed using a technique that I learned while learning Veracruzan music, son jarocho. And I came up with a banjo roll that I call roll jarocho because it's for música jarocha. And this is a traditional bluegrass song played in jarocho rhythm. I called it Foggy Mountain Song. If you don't guess what song it is, then I did something wrong. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. That was some mighty fine banjo playing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm sure your students enjoyed you, and we can't wait to see you back here as soon as we get this figured out. I was speaking with Pal earlier, and we're here in the States. Pretty much anyone who wants the vaccine can get it or has gotten it, although there are a lot of people dragging their feet, not quite sure what that's about. But Pal is still on a waiting list. He's not in the age group yet that's being serviced. So even though we feel real relaxed here, we should know that a lot of our dear friends are still, masked and confined. So we hope you get out soon, and we'll do a big Zoom when that happens.
Yeah, certainly.
That would be great. Thank you so much. Our next performer is Franco Martino, and he's a multi-instrumentalist, composer, songwriter, and producer from Buenos Aires, Argentina. So here we have someone coming in from Argentina. He's the guitarist of the Grammy-nominated band Che Apalache. So these guys were bandmates and still are. This band fuses different types of traditional and modern music from the Andes to the Appalachian Mountains. His first instrument is the guitar, and he also plays the mandolin, the banjo, lap steel, bass, and drums. And he defers and doesn't play the autoharp, I understand. He has formed several bands in Argentina, including Bajo Belgrano and Siempre Puente, with which he is now finishing a new album of original compositions. The songs mix poetry, urban beats, world music, Argentinian rhythms, music from Rio de la Plata, like candombe, and also pop, swing, old time, and folk. That's a lot. A highly versatile musician, Franco offers listeners and students the opportunity to explore many musical styles and traditions. And I seem to remember that when he came to Common Ground that summer and met up with Professor Louis, he was ecstatic because he really loved the music of the band. So we had something here that made him smile. This week, Franco was teaching guitars without borders and music of Latin America. We now make welcome to our virtual stage, Franco Martino.
Hello there. Good night, everyone. It's an honor to be here. Thank you, Walt, for that introduction. I'm gonna play this tune from Atahualpa Yupanqui, that is a guitarist from Argentina, of folk music from the inside the country, and it's called La del Campo, that means from the country. Thank you. That was La del Campo from Atahualpa Yupanqui. Now I'm going to invite Sol, my girlfriend, to sing a song we recorded in our last album. We released it a few months ago.
Hi.
This is called Isla de Flores, and we wrote it on Montevideo, Uruguay. It's a candombe. That's the music from that place. I hope you enjoy it. Wait.
What happened?
Technical problems.
Pescadores en barco van, calacán, calacán, calacán. Es el río que viene y vaya, el viento los convierte en mar. En las calles candombean, ritmo negro guiarán. En las calles candombean, ritmo negro guiará. Desde el cielo bajarán, calacán, 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 los ancestros a danzar. Desde el cielo bajarán, calacán, 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 los ancestros a danzar. En las noches candombean, ritmo negro guiará. Se entonan en la isla de Flores alabanzas al porvenir, la vida cantada con tambores repiquetean mi sentir. Oh, ea, pared, ea, pared, ea, pared, ea, pescadores en barco van, calacán, calacán, calacán. Es el río que viene y vaya, el viento lo convierte en mar. En las noches candombean, ritmo negro guiará. En las noches candombean, ritmo negro. Thank you.
So
It's a pleasure.
we have a band together called Siempre Puente, as Walt said. You can hear the album, it's on Spotify and everywhere. So thank you. A pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much, Franco. And what is your friend's name again?
Sol.
Sol.
Yeah, like sun.
Like sun.
Spanish. Yeah.
What beautiful singing from both of you. And maybe we can put up in the chat here or get the word out as to how people can get your recordings. You have a website, I believe.
We don't have a website, but we have the album uploaded on every platform.
Well, what we'll do is ask you to get that information to us, and we'll ask people in the audience to contact Common Ground on the Hill, and we'll connect you.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Beautiful, beautiful album. Woo.
Thank you.
Great singing. Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Our next performer has been with us a number of years now, and he well, let me read to you about him. Bob Rychlik is multi-instrumentalist and internationally recognized player and teacher of fujara and konkova and other overtone flutes. He has performed across the U.S. and around the world. He established and co-organized 3 international fujara festivals in Slovakia and has taught fujara workshops in the United States, Slovakia, and the Czech Republic, and appeared on TV and radio in the U.S., the Czech and Slovak republics. The Maryland State Arts Council recognized the fujara as a local traditional instrument and featured Bob in their Master's Apprentice program. Be sure to view his TED Talk on fujara and freedom. You can find it online, and it is a powerful talk about his journey from behind the Iron Curtain to come here and play his music. Bob was born in Czechoslovakia and in 1983 escaped the former communist country with his family through Yugoslavia and Austria. And believe me, it was a hero's journey. He has lived in Maryland since 1984. He plays both traditional Slovak and current repertoire, but also composes for the fujara, guitar, keyboard, and other instruments. Also, be sure to see his Library of Congress lecture performance on YouTube. Bob was once again teaching fujara and konkova overtone flutes with us, and we welcome him now to our stage.
I'm gonna move way out on the outskirts of town. I'm gonna move way out on the outskirts of town. Cause I don't want nobody always hanging around. I go into town, buy my groceries every day. Maybe that will keep that grocery boy away. Wow. I'm gonna move way out on the outskirts of town. hanging round. May seem funny, honey, funny as it can be. If we have any children, they better all look like me. That's why I'm gonna move. Way out on the outskirts of town. I don't want nobody always hanging around. All right.
Well, yes, indeed. That's Bob Rychlik. I think we have some more. Do we not, Phil? Do we have some more Bob Rychlik, or was that the only file he sent in? We're finding out. Yes, I believe there was one more, or am I wrong about that, Phil?
Those are the two that we have.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. That's Phil Spees, our recording engineer, straight from Berklee School of Music. Thank you, Phil. Our next performer is Radim Zenkl. Originally from the Czech Republic, Radim discovered bluegrass by listening to records that were smuggled into his communist country. Imagine that. He escaped from his homeland in the summer of 1989 and settled in the San Francisco Bay Area. In 92, he won the Winfield Mandolin Championship. Think of that. Just think of that. He managed to get out of the Czech Republic, and within 2 years, he won a national mandolin championship here in this country. And I've been out there to Winfield. That is quite an accomplishment. And the best players from everywhere are there trying to win that prize. He is at the cutting edge of the mandolin's future, designing new mandolin family instruments and creating new playing styles. He has invented a masterful technique in which a single mandolin sounds like two. It's amazing to see and hear. According to David Grisman, Zenkl has reinvented the mandolin in several different ways. Besides collaborating with the top musicians of the acoustic music scene, Radim has built an extensive repertoire for solo mandolin, mandola, and Irish bouzouki. He's a current member of the Modern Mandolin Quartet and the Gur Mandolin Orchestra. He has recorded several solo CDs and has appeared on more than 60 other recordings. His worldwide performing and teaching credentials include guest appearances at the prestigious music institutions such as the Berklee College of Music in Boston and the Sibelius Academy in Helsinki, Finland. I might also say that the fires in California, in the town of Paradise where he lived, took his home and all of his instruments except for the one instrument that he was touring with, which was his main instrument. He has since recovered, and people have helped in a number of ways, but he has really been through a lot, and music just keeps coming to the fore. So make welcome our good friend and wonderful teacher who was teaching beginning piano by ear training for all instruments, and the mandolin of David Grisman, and jazz mandolin. He was very busy. Make welcome Radim Zenkl.
Stoj v kole růžovaný věnok. A ty Hana, stoj v kole růžovaný věnok. Růžovaný věnok, kdo má peňažky, kdo je zdravý, růžovaný věnok. A komu sa sklonit máš růžovaný věnok. Sklonit máš růžovaný věnok, nový má peňažky, kdo je zdravý, růžovaný věnok.
Oh my, Radim Zenkl. Wow, what a masterful playing. And I should add that he's accompanied there by guitarist Andra Kozak. And two wonderful players. Amazing, just amazing music. Our next performers come to us from Baltimore. Now, I'm not talking Baltimore, Maryland, I'm talking Baltimore, Ontario, Canada. I didn't know it existed until we met these fine folks. Steafan Hannigan was born and raised in Belfast, Northern Ireland, and moved to Baltimore, Ontario, Canada 12 years ago. He's had an interesting and successful career in both theater and as a musician, having composed the music for a 24-episode animated series, which aired worldwide in 2015. Worked with a diverse range of musicians such as Bjork, Depeche Mode, Lorena McKennitt, and Afro Celts. He has also appeared on MTV, BBC, and CBC. Along with his wife Saskia, he was hired to work on developing the hit theater show Come From Away. And yes, rumors are true, he arranged music for and appeared on the hit TV series Friends, the one with Ross's wedding, and acted in the Canadian show Coppers, and been a session musician on Black Harbor, Relic Hunter, and Earth Final Conflict. Whew, that's a lot.
I'm exhausted.
I mean, I don't know how you did all that. Not to mention all of the music that he has played throughout the years, playing with some of the very best in the Celtic music scene. And it's not like he had to step up to do that. He's among them. Saskia Tomkins is a master musician of violin, fiddle, viola, cello, and nickel harpa. She's classically trained with a folk background and a BA in music, jazz, and she has won the All-Britain Championship Irish Fiddler. No small accomplishment. Saskia has worked with many musicians, including the Chieftains, Uriah Heep, and countless others. Her theater experience is extensive and includes, among many, working with the English Shakespeare Company. Saskia's current personal projects include Steafan and Saskia, who we're hearing tonight, yes, and she is currently principal second violin for the, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, the Quinte Symphony Orchestra, and resting principal viola in the Northumberland Orchestra. She's teaching no, wait a minute, let me get this right. I got it wrong. Steafan is teaching low whistle, Irish music, peace education, and Saskia is teaching nickel harper and Irish fiddle. That's a lot to get in. And we're so glad to have you back. We had technical difficulties earlier in the week. We think we have them all ironed out. And here you are with some Uilleann pipes in the key of B, which is just absolutely crazy. Key of B is for bluegrass, we say. So, and the great jazz musician Ron Carter was jamming with some bluegrass friends of mine. He said, "Well, you cats are crazy. B? You playing in B?"
Why not?
Yeah, make them welcome. Here they are. We were in for a treat.
Thank you. Thank you for asking us back.
We're absolutely delighted to be here. Thank you. It's such an extraordinary experience to hear all this amazing musicianship, and also to meet with friends that we didn't think we would. We had a house concert session with Radim about 2 years ago in
Next town.
in the next village, and we had a fantastic time. So anyway, I'm going to play some music on the Uilleann pipes, and this is a viola which was made here in this town. So I'll start you off with a slow air and then 2 jigs. There we go.
They're fun tunes. So yeah, the first there's two jigs that we just played. The first one was called Banish Misfortune, which is always a good thing to spread around. And the other one was the second tune was called Queen of the Rushes.
And before that was a slow air, and that's Colleen Negru Udinya, which is the girl with the dark brown hair. And there she is. So
a bit older than I am, though, actually.
Yes.
Like 300 years older.
Yeah. And we're going to play you another national instrument. This is the Irish frame drum, and it's called the boron. And if you're not sure, it's spelled really weird. Bodhran. You pronounce it to rhyme with moron. Just the easiest way. And this is it. This is it. And you play it with a little stick here. And you can use other little things as well. We're going to try doing that. So we're going to play a jig and a reel. The jig is from a friend of ours who has since passed on, a great fiddle player and tune writer and teacher called Oliver Schroer.
Lady and fiddle icon.
And then the second tune, not sure.
is called Somebody's Dream.
oh,
I can't remember whose dream it is. It's somebody's dream.
we all like to dream. So here we go. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
And the internet worked.
Woo! And hope to see you all in person and meet you all next year. That'd be amazing.
And thanks again for inviting us to take part in this amazing, amazing festival. It's been a wonderful experience for us, and we hope to see you very soon. So thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you both for being here. It's wonderful. And we do look forward to seeing you in person. We'll have to have the two of you down when they let you cross the border to come down and do a wee concert. That would be good, huh?
We'd love to. We would be delighted.
Especially in the middle of winter. You get out of Canada.
Please.
I imagine that you two look at each other in the middle of the winter and say, "What were we thinking?"
Yes.
What possessed us to move to this godforsaken place?
Well, I remember being on tour with Lorena McKenna, and we were down in Seville, and you could pick oranges off the trees. It was so beautiful, you know. And then after that, it came back to Canada, and there was like 3.5, 4 foot of snow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but we love it here.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. It's great to see you, and thanks for you filled in admirably for Paul Crichton's class in peace education, which was wonderful, and relaying your work with Native people and also your experiences in Northern Ireland. It meant a lot to us, and thank you very much.
Well, I really appreciate it, and hopefully there's a way of doing that next year somehow. You know.
Yeah.
Additional course. There you go.
All right. Well, take care, and say hello to the kids.
Will do.
Will do. Okay,
Thanks. And it was lovely hearing music from everywhere. That just gladdened my heart.
Yeah. Well, we're about to hear from some of the lads from Scotland and Northern Ireland now. So, yeah. Our next performers come to us essentially from the home of Tom Smith. I met Tom, I think he reminded me this year that it was 30 years ago at a festival, and we became fast friends, Tom and Moira and I. And they live in Prestwick, on the west coast of Scotland, south of Glasgow. Tom was born in Lanarkshire, Scotland, and he moved to England at age 22. While there, he played with a number of folk groups, including Shigui, with whom he toured extensively in Britain and Europe. Moving back to Scotland at age 35, he met Waddy Lees, and together they formed the band Quadrille. Tom has played a number of times in the USA with Walt and Company, Cuivre, and Smith, Byrne, and Lees. He's been on staff at Common Ground for any number of years. He plays mandolin and mandola and occasionally be coaxed into singing a song. More than occasionally. He's one of the finest singers. In fact, I think he might be my favorite singer, with just a wonderful voice, baritone voice. And making music with Tom tonight, as always, are Waddy Lees, Ollie Rigg, and Michael Muir. And I have to say a belated thank you. They sent me some recorded songs they made especially for my birthday. And I think I did not get back through the maze of technology to thank them. It was just a wonderful, wonderful birthday present for my 75th birthday. Thank you so much, fellows, and make welcome Tom Smith and crew.
Try singing a song now called Broom Beesoms, which I first learnt when I was at school. And I'd forgotten about it until I heard my old mate Dave Forrest singing it a few years ago. If you want to besom for to sweep your house, come to me now, lassies, and I'll give you your choice. Buy broom beesoms, buy them when they're new, fine heather ringers, better never brew. Beesoms for a penny, ringers for a plaque. If you will not buy them, I'll tie them on my back. Buy broom beesoms, buy them when they're new, fine heather ringers, better never do. Had I but a horse, then I would hear you cared. Had I but a wife, then she would have my pert. Buy broom beesoms, buy them when they're new, fine heather ringers, better never do. Had I but a wife, do you know who she be? Lang as she's a woman, that's enough for me. Buy broom beesoms, buy them when they're new, fine heather ringers, better never do. And if the she be bonny, I would think it's right. If the she be ugly, what's the odds at night? Buy broom beesoms, buy them when they're new, fine heather ringers, better never grew. And if the she be fertile, I would think it fair. If the she be barren, less for me to care. Buy broom beesoms, buy them when they're new, fine heather ringers, better never grew. And if she takes a drappy, her and I'd agree. If she doesn't like it, all the mere for me. Buy broom beesoms, buy them when they're new, fine heather ringers, better never do. And if the she be young, I Okay, we'll try a couple of slip jigs here. Mull Rua and drops of brandy. You ready? You can
Yes.
see what I count it in?
No.
2, 3, 4.
Oh my, oh my, oh my. Wow, it was just so beautiful. I can't thank you fellas enough. And this is the final concert, and that was the last of the music for this Traditions Weeks. And it's always a bittersweet time because even though we're pretty tired by the time we get to this point, we realize that the music will be off somewhere else for a little bit. I would like to say that we're going to return to some live music on September 2nd at the Church of the Redeemer in Baltimore, where Joe Troop will return with his trio of musicians. It is a vaccinated-only concert, so get those vaccinations and show up and come on in. This, of course, will be on our website, and we'll promote it through social media. But Joe Troop, of course, is the leader of Che Appalache, and he's done some great music in the interim. I want to thank all of our instructors from all of the disciplines: art, music, dance, film, photography. It's a long list, and our keynote speakers. We covered a lot of bases this year, and I'd especially like to thank McDaniel College for its support, for giving us our home in our 27th year, and with a special congratulations to our new president, Julia Jaskin, who I think will be continue to be a wonderful cohort and supporter of Common Ground on the Hill. I think she has some wonderful visions ahead for the college. I'd like to thank the Maryland State Arts Council, without whom none of this could happen. The Maryland State Arts Council is a phenomenal organization who advocates for the arts in every community in our state. And of course, by way of the Maryland State Arts Council, we are now a folk life center in mid-Maryland, representing Carroll, Howard, and Frederick counties. And we're pretty proud of that. I want to thank our volunteers, all of our volunteers. There are a lot of them, and they never get enough credit. And our interns from Berea College. The wonderful Berea College sends us interns every year. And these were virtual interns again. What a generous thing on the part of Berea College to send us this help, which we always need. I want to thank Linda Van Hart for all of her hard work in the arts sector, for her wonderful gallery talks, and bringing in artists who inspire us. It's a lot of work, and Linda always starts earlier than the rest of us on that. I want to thank Maria Wong for all of her incredible work in the office and here on this platform that we call the internet, the website. She created a new website for us this year, and it's just amazing. Maria is well, we should get her a Cadillac, but we can't afford it yet. We're working on it. And of course, Matt Vincent, our wonderful office administrator. He describes himself as a recovering banker, and we're so glad that he's no longer a banker, but working with us. And he works on registrations and keeps us all smiling and gets work done. We are a happy office, I'm glad to say. I want to thank Pam Zappardino for all her hard work in corralling all the teachers and getting our Blackboard courses working and making us maybe the only traditional music camp I know of that offers credit for this work and takes our work into the public schools. So teachers know, our instructors know that when they're teaching something, it's going to make its way into other classrooms. This is how we make the traditions live on. I want to thank Phil Spees for all of his great work as an engineer. He did most of it from Colorado, and he's just worked really hard, and we're so glad he's retired from being a fireman, and now he's looking towards creating a studio here in our workshop, and we're going to be doing some great things with Phil. I want to thank Gordon Roberts for his work, and he's helped us a lot with putting visuals together. I want to thank our board of directors, who are always in support of all the things we want to do, and They help us raise what money we can and are there at our all of our meetings to give us good ideas and support. And of course, our president of the board is Jordy Mitchell, living out in San Diego. I want to thank Jordy for all of his work throughout the years, my friends. And our donors, never forget our donors, and we depend on you. And thank you for your deep support. We couldn't do this without our donors, without the Maryland State Arts Council, without the college, and of course, without the students. As Ira Zepp used to say, it's about the students, stupid. And it is. For those of you who are taking these classes and enrolling, we deeply appreciate your presence and we welcome your critiques and ideas. I'd like to say that the power of the music and the art, I think we don't even begin to understand how powerful it can be. But I think we have an idea here. It's been a difficult year and a half. Some of our dear friends are still really isolated. Pau, for instance, they're in Mexico City. Let's not figure that this is over. We have a lot of work to do, and we have lost dear people, dear friends. Everybody, I don't know anyone who hasn't been affected by this pandemic in some way. But we can make music, and we can make art, and we can dance, and we can keep smiles on faces. So thank you all for being here. Have a great time wherever you go. Play the music, do the dance, do the art, and make new friends. And we will get through all of this.